Hello, Tiara here. So I'm already behind, but I'm just gonna keep plugging along. We're on day 18 here. Judith Garcia made this fun sketch where it looks like stenciling or something across here. And then, you know, your two pieces of paper and looks like one photo, maybe a journaling block, and just an embellishment area, and the title's up here. So what I am going to do now, because this is my mom crafting at her new place, so I think I'm gonna flip it so my stenciled element will come down this way. These are the things that I had chosen for the for this page kit, and I'm really aggravated because I'm sure I have 3 of these little black and white frames and I cannot find the other one. And you know ding dang well that as soon as I am done, I will find it and then I won't want it. Anyway, so I've got some gold foil pieces, some other of these more salmon-y colored florals, and some pieces here to fussy cut out. And some bows, and home is where you are. I was going to use that for a title, but we'll see. So my plan had been, before I had the sketch, to just kind of do like a border of this and then just do some mixed media on here. But I don't know if we should just make our 2 corners out of this and not worry about a mat. Looks like she's got just maybe hand-drawn stitching or something around. Or do I find another piece out of my scraps that I can work with for like 2 triangular pieces? Or oh, wait a second. This one's already gutted. So let's keep that. Put this full one back. Okay. Nice. Okay, so got that. And then let's see, do I have anything big enough that I could get to? This piece doesn't look quite big enough. This one would be. I haven't used the pears yet, but I don't think that's gonna jive. The yellow would look okay because I'm gonna go with the warmer tones, right? Some pinks and some this salmon-y color, and or still have, let's see. There's this one that I could take the pieces out of, or the trees. Huh, what about the trees? That might be interesting. You know what, that's going to be too busy. Never mind. Let's use this plaid that I ended up not using on my last layout. Because we've got the florals. I want to use, so this is an old Prima Donna Downey stencil, and I was gonna color some of these with the paints, so maybe having the plaid would be a more interesting contrast to all the florals that we've got going on. Okay, so why don't we just get going here, and then stuff can start to dry. Just going to, you know, I have a sticky mat somewhere, but lazy. Okay, where'd my sketch go? So instead of going this way, I'm gonna go this way. So let's just put a piece of tape there to remind ourselves, and a piece of tape there. And I don't actually, I guess if we've got the the plaid covering up those bits. It doesn't matter if it's straight or not. Just got to make sure to kind of go over enough. So what I'm going to do is take the watercolors that came in, what is this, Prima, right? These are Prima Metallic Semi-Watercolors. Art Philosophy by Prima, yeah. So I want to take, well, let's just say we're going to take the colors that would match that. So at first I was just going to go with the oranges and the yellows, but we could pull in just a tiny bit of pink. I don't know if I want to. And then there's the purple there too. Well, let's just see how it looks. So I'm going to start by, should have filled that out. Let's just get some of these paints wet. Oh, jeez. Can use the white too. And I'm not going to do solid anything. I'm just going to, I'm going to get these ones wet too. Why not? Just gonna have kind of a variation. And I had taken a class with Vicki Booten last, I guess that's April now of last year, and she did a stenciling with her watercolors, and it was a really cool technique. And you could use either like a brush or a foam. And actually this is the same one because I can see the sparkle on it. But it's, I don't care. I don't think it's gonna, I think I had it washed as much as I could. I don't think any blue will come off. I guess we'll find out. So let's just start dabbing and see where we end up. Some different colors. Ooh, that one's not mixed. Got too much water here. Some here, some down here. Go in with our next color. And I maybe should be not plunking it as wet on, but everything's an experiment, so why not? I reorganized all of my stencils yesterday. Well, not all. I'm gonna have to order a couple of smaller albums for my 6x8 and 6x6s, but I did all my 12x12s into like a ring binder type of situation. One of the gals over on the Mercy Tiara Patreon had shown how she was doing stuff, and it kind of got my juices flowing. So let's see now. Do we want to be bothered bringing in any of that pink or purple? I think not. However, I would like to bring in a little bit more of the white. Should we give that a second to dry? I cannot find my heat gun anywhere. I don't know what I've done with it. I'm getting my paint dirty, but I can wipe that off once I'm done here. But this just provides a little bit of a lighter contrast. In a few spots. Okay. Let's wipe this before it dries. Okay. So So let's go for the reveal. See what we're left with. That's interesting. Oof, I like that. Let's see, how's that gonna look? Let me put this wet stencil somewhere. I can't wait till, yes, I do like that. Okay, now, next question. Should we paint a few of these now? I think I'm gonna let that sit for a minute. And now, do I want this brush? So the brush that came with it was super fine. However, where it be, I don't know. All right, well, so sorry. Okay, let's just do a couple of these florals. Just kind of messy. Oof, I might have to stop and go get some more water. Because these are, oh, you're not dry, okay. I'm gonna cut these out so I don't have to worry about the edges. Just create some variation in the, okay. Let's go in with this darker one. And then this one. I didn't have a water bottle in here. Where did I put it? Here. I'll just do a quick. So this morning, sorry, I got a paintbrush in my mouth. I made a coffee. I was just sitting watching, I think, was it Shannon's video? And nothing against Shannon, Laura, she's crafty, but I just probably wasn't ready to get up. I fell asleep, spilled my coffee all over the place. I hate the smell of stale coffee. So now my couch, I thought I had it cleaned up, and I just was back in there, and I was like, oh, I could still smell it. So I Febrezed the heck out of it. Like, who? Get it together, Tiara. I'll clean this wires, but you will suit. Okay. So, there's a couple of yellowy ones. Let's do one more with the yellows, but maybe keep it on the lighter side. Oh no, we need the darkness in the middle. These are almost daffodil colors. Okay. Need a bit more of this lighter yellow around this one. Okay. Now, should we do, let's see, that's 3. Let's just do one plain yellow. And maybe 2 plain yellows. Is there another little one? Do this guy. And now, let's bring in, it's kind of an odd combination. Let's bring in some pink and see what that does here. Just more right in the middle and let it bleed out with the water. When that dries, you'll see a lot more of the line work in the background. There's the pink. Let's try a little bit of purple. These are very wet. Put way too much water in those. Okay, Let's do sky, pink and purple. Purple in the middle of that one. It's got a nice blue shift. The purple does. Okay, so we've got a few of those. Let's do another purple one. And then when it dries, we can fussy cut it. Oh, this one, hold on. Little triage here. Care if it runs out of the lines, but I don't want it to take forever to dry either. Okay, let's do, what was I going to do? I was going to do more of a yellowy color in the center of this one. Now that it's dried a skosh, it might stay more yellow. Should have left it lighter, or I should have dabbed it off is what I should have done. Oh well, live and learn. Let's put a little of this light yellow right there. Okay, now let's throw some green into the mix on the leaves. I don't know how many of the leaves I'll leave on. Leaves I'll leave on. But well, that's a dark green, isn't it? Do we want that dark green? That seems very dark. What if we go with turquoise? Oh, that's nice, and it gives a nice kind of watercolory look. Go figure, we're using watercolors. Tiara, so dumb. And a bit of their turquoise. They're so pretty. So I don't do this often enough. Why don't I? You guys gotta remind me I gotta do this more, because it's fun. Sun's shining. It's cold though. Goodness sakes. So cold. Still fighting this cough. One of the boys took, I have good boys. I'm not going to pretend like I don't slam them, but he just went to pick up some groceries, and then he had a bunch of stuff he was going to take out to my mom's for me. So that's nice. Better do these two little flowers before I forget about them. What color are we gonna do them? What are we missing? A couple little more pink ones. Just dab. Oof. On the leaf, buddy. Okay. Well, even subtle. You dab a bit of that off. I'm not one for rolling a paper towel over them though, so. I do like when you let it dry with the big blobs, because it just creates some interesting colors. But I'd like to finish this today. Okay, let's do the yellow. plain yellow. And yellow, and then a bit of pink on this one. I'm not a great gardener, but I do love looking at pretty flowers. I have such high hopes in the spring. And then reality clicks in that, oh yeah, you're terrible. Oh, there's another little bud. I buy this stuff. Sometimes I get it all planted, sometimes not so much. And then partway through the summer, I'm like, I don't know if it's because, well, no, I know it's because my mother-in-law lives next door, and every time I go out, she's out there telling me what I should be doing. And it makes me crazy. So I huddle inside and try and avoid. Real mature like Tiara. I know. I'm not proud of it, but sometimes your sanity is worth something. Okay, let's call that good for those. I'm going to let these ones dry and then fussy cut them. And there's not a whole lot of liquid on them, so they shouldn't take too long. Set these aside for the moment. And let's look at this jazz. That's nice. I like that. Okay, now I would like to add just some white splatters, I think would be the trick. Grab our fan brush from the mixed media add-on. This does do lovely splatters that get a little bit of thickness to it. Noise. And these aren't going to dry real vibrant like that. They're going to tone down, I think, to more of a, do I have this on the right side? Yes. So this is the Vicky Bouton's foundations paper, and where you pull it out of, this is according to Vicky, mind you, I'm not making this up. When you pull it out of the book, if you leave the tear strip on, there's a side that's smooth and there's a side that you can really feel that perforation. The side that's smooth is the one that has the finish on it that allows you to do your mixed media and whatnot. So I have found that out the hard way a few times where I've started on the other side. I was like, what's wrong? And it took me, well, it took until she mentioned it in a class one time. I was like, oh, there you go. Okay, let's let that dry. But in the meantime, we can. Now, how do I want to do these a straight tear? Let's see. It looks kind of like she's got some kind of trim there. I don't. What if I don't do this very often, but what if I used a ruler to kind of ensure that I'm, well, doesn't even have like an even circle. It's kind of, or an even triangle. Let's go. Of course, there's no pencil here. Of course not. All right, well, we'll have to make do with a little pen and hope we don't mess it up. Okay, if we go at, say, 7 there and make this side a little bit longer, do this one kind of at 9. And then we'll kind of do the opposite on the top. So pre-distressed. Okay. And is that going to be enough? Yep, I do believe it is. Okay. So, same on this side. Let's see, it's 7 up the edge. And 9 across the bottom, and I will deal with the branding strip after. Pardon me. Okay. Okay. Let's look at this and see how it's going to be. Okay. Probably the orange at the bottom, right? Like the darker color, the way it put the weight towards the bottom. So it's kind of like that. Kind of like that. Kind of like that. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. I am going to trim this down, attach my triangles, map my photo, and fussy cut out those flowers, and then I'll be back. Hello, I'm back and I'm done. I kind of crashed there yesterday afternoon, and then last night I worked at this little bit, and this morning a little bit, so I think I've got her finished up, other than I do want to add some journaling. So, I had flipped the sketch, and I ran into a problem because when I went to put the paper on, I had looked at the sketch, and I placed the paper with my stenciling going this way instead of this way. So I had to go like so, and then so now instead of, I was going to have this darker section at the bottom, you know, going up to the lighter section. So that's not happening now, but that doesn't really matter. And then the other thing is there was a spot here that I should have been covered up. So there's nothing, let's see. Yeah, it's up here on the sketch. There was no cluster embellishment there, but I added it to cover that area. I don't know that anyone would have noticed it, but I noticed it. So anyway, I'm super happy with how that turned out. I added in a few. So these are the florals that we painted. Here, and then I added in, oh, there's one, no. Then I added in some just plain black and white ones to break up the color a bit. Added some of the enamel dots, and I did Crafting the Day Away as my title. I used a lot of the little labels, the printable labels. I love that addition to the kit. They're just so usable. They fill up those little holes and just add, you know, just the perfect amount of color. I managed to cover up the fella. I hope it doesn't look too weird, but he's fine. But I didn't want him in my scrapbook. And then I did leave some space here just to journal about Mom and how she's doing so far at her place. So anyway, I'm done with day 18 by Judith Garcia. I don't know. I think it's pretty close-ish. I don't know. I'm happy. I haven't done this technique since I took that class last year, and I really love how it turned out. Like, I don't know if you can see the variation in color there, and it's just so pretty. Like, just such a nice accent. And I don't very often do stuff on the black, so that was fun. Yeah. So anyway, happy with that. So I think I'm going to skip over a couple days and just go back and finish some later. But the next one will be, I think I'm going to do the 21st because today is the 21st. So anyway, I will be back soon. And until then, thanks so much for stopping by and spending some time with me. I do appreciate it. We will talk to you again soon. Thanks. Bye.